I'm going to bring on our next speaker, which you guys will recognize, Scott Nicholson. Welcome back, sir.
I am back. Thank you. Good to be back.
Awesome,
Get
man. Well,
used
if
to
you
the
got a
StreamYard
presentation,
thing.
if you got a presentation, I'll let you bring it up, and then
Yep.
I'll get it plugged in for you.
Yep. So I'm going to go. Can I present?
Yep.
That's okay. Perfect. Let's go here. Let's go here. And can you? Oop. Got a million screens going on there. It looks like. You see that? Oh, you know what?
There you go.
There we go. Oh, you know what? I had the browser in the screen. So there we go.
Awesome.
Okay. So you could see this real quick before. Can you? Okay. We're good. Okay. So now we're back. So you got 10 minutes, right? Of kind of just more from a housing link, a kind of high level overview, kind of framed what we're going to talk about here. I'm going to set the table, but then deliver the last part of this. I'm going to break down specifically how you can use Housing Link to become that hybrid advisor in your industry, and specifically go to the middle of the funnel, no matter where those leads are coming from. If they're coming from, buying them, your agents, wherever they're coming from, and really compete in there. So that's kind of the essence of my presentation today. And again, keep your phones out because I'm going to be putting some stuff on your phone. Also, the last hour when I did the 10 minutes on Housing Link, so several of you have already clients. So welcome. And I've already, seen some of you go through this already. So with that, hybrid advisor, again, my name is Scott Nicholson. Been in the industry for 25 years. In 2019, I created Housing Link specifically out of frustration. As an originator, I couldn't get my tools involved. I couldn't get my MBS Highway, my Mortgage Coach, my BombBomb, my Canva, all of the things I use on a day-to-day basis. All of them they were fine by themselves. I wanted to create a platform so I could marry them and select what tool I need to in order to articulate my skill set, my problem solving, my educational background. Heck, I'm married to a teacher, so I have educational, in my DNA, so to speak, or I married into DNA of that. So with that, I'm going to just frame a little bit about what's going on in the market and how you, as an LO, to start to compete against the rise of a lot of these big tech companies. This one specifically caught everyone's attention, and I want to focus on this just a little bit. And so I should say Rocket buying Redfin, that's the top of the funnel, as we all know. And then the big one is Mr. Cooper getting the bottom. So they have what's called tip to tail. They have the entire consumer funnel now cornered. And so you shouldn't be necessarily worried if you're a good skilled LO, because there's a weakness here and we're going to expose it, and I'm going to help you expose it a little bit. And so with that, think about the consumer that was just shopping online, like, maybe I'll just go through here and I'll click through the funnel, and where am I going? I don't know who to talk to. Is it automated? Is it AI? I haven't met anybody yet. I'm just on a phone with someone. That's a pretty scary situation. Then obviously, Mr. Cooper, they're not going to engage with that. That's obviously post-close. But here's the focus and the essence of the presentation today. It's the middle of the funnel. And I think if we understood the scale of this, how large and how it's going to stimulate other transactions that are going to be similar to this, to where somebody's going to step up, could be Zillow, it could be a large institution bank like Rocket, right? Buying that, getting Zillow, taking on, Annie Mac, right? Who's the big servicer right now. So imagine taking that and you have another funnel. So now they have a pretty substantial amount. But here's my questions and thoughts to you guys. All of this spend is going on in the industry. AI, lower the cost of, originating a loan, right, is a big deal. That's a big deal. But think about this. Think about the firepower here Now, Rocket controlling the transaction, they can reduce agent costs to maybe sharpen the pencil here. So think of the total cost of a consumer coming in, maybe selling a real estate or paying buyer broker compensation, and then coming in and maybe sharpen the pencil, and their LOs can do the transaction for a lot less than what your traditional LO can do. You need to understand that, because and think about your bank right now. Where's the money being spent at your bank? Well, it's in the LOS. It's the AI. It's the initial interaction. It's pushing them faster through the process, right? And I said briefly, the 10 minutes I had earlier last hour is, I promise you there's no customer going to your website because you have a banner ad that says I can fund a loan in 5 days. They're not clicking on it going, hey, Scott, I saw your ad, 5 days, let's go. They're not going to put the largest investment in their lives into 5 days. That's great for an agent, market to an agent, because they just want to get paid. So your bank, here's my point, is spending all the money in the LOS and all the money in the CRM. How much investment in training and education and tools are they providing you in the middle? We have a lot of LOs on our platform, and when they came on and onboarded on our platform, this is what they look like. We'll call it 1990s. Heck, we'll call it 2019. This is how they're communicating and presenting to a lot of their clients, right? And so I want you to think through that, and I want to help you specifically, you, the LO, and create that hybrid experience, provide you with the technology so you can compete out there against the big spends. My goal is to convert you to this. And we're going to specifically work on the middle of the funnel, and specifically when a lead comes in, what do we do on Housing Link? When the loan is approved, what we do on Housing Link. When you enable your client to shop, go out to the open houses and shop, what do you provide? And then lastly, and here's where the money is made, I don't care how good what you've done and how trained and skilled and scripts and all that stuff. If you can't get the offer accepted, nobody gets a house and nobody gets paid. So those 4 pieces, lead, approval, shop, and offer, we're going to focus on right now. And so my goal is at the end of this half hour, and Mitch, could you chime in and I have 9:20 on the clock. Where's my stop? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So maybe you can give me a time. Sorry.
We were running just about 5 minutes behind. So yours be 11:35, 11:40-ish.
So, okay. So we'll call it 9:35, 9:40. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So let's look at the numbers real quick, and then we're going to get into how I'm going to help you. So this month, right now, they have 77 million eyeballs per month. That's almost think of that. If you times that by 12, that's 925 million, almost a billion eyeballs moving through their funnel. Through Redfin, both are Rocket's entities in Cooper. Put that in, and I want you to understand, just last month, they had 17. So think of where this is going, guys. And how many big services are there right now? Yep, they're going to put a same model to this. Either a bank's going to put the lead funnel on top, they'll take the middle, and we get the servicer to handle the bottom and fling them right back up on the top of the funnel. This will happen this year, another one. So my question to you is, and our focus is, what does our customer experience look like? How are you converting that lead? And let's say you and I are competing against the same client. I want you to imagine that as I'm going to break this down for you. You and I are in the same markets. We got the same lead sent to us. Let's say it's an agent referral. Hey, go meet with John Smith and go meet with Scott. How are you going to compete in the middle of the funnel? And then before we get to it, the stat I showed you or told you this morning, 90% of home buyers want their lender to walk them through the entire aspect buying process. JD Power. It's a great article they posted last month. I would highly recommend you go look at it, because the consumer is raising their hand saying, hey, I don't want to push button and fund the loan in a couple days. I need someone to sit down with me and walk me through this. There's a lot of variables we have to go through them, which I touched on, right? So I'm going to focus on this consumer. I want you to break your phones out again. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to bring my other screen in. You scan that QR code. That's the entire 4 steps. This is exactly what we teach and what we provide on the platform. It's what we do in a lead, what we do when we issue the approval, what we do to enable them to shop, and what we do how we win that offer. So if you scan that QR code, I will put this on the phone. Please don't watch it as I'm presenting to you. You can watch it after the fact. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Mitch, can you see this browser? You see that all right? Oh, you know what? I can see it. I think I can see it. Yep. We cool? So when you scan it, this is the presentation I'm putting on your phone. And we're going to just break this down and how I'm going to show you. This is a housing link platform for an LO. This is just a sample one. That would be you, all the information, how to get hold of you, all do your stuff. This is what's called a presentation, which means it's private. This is a video. I used, what did I use here? Zoom clips. You can use BombBomb. You can use YouTube. And before I break this down, this is the essence of Housing Link. I can come in here, turn on my video, create a one-to-many. And this is a presentation that sits into a lot of LO's accounts and available as a template that you can easily just download. Those who signed up already last hour, they have the ability to go in their account. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Download the template, make it their own, and off to the market they go. So imagine presenting to agents and saying, this is what we do with your clients. So as leads are moving through the funnel, I want you to think about, if you're sending your stuff to A, what are they doing for you to help you convert, right? Create that stickiness and also win and get into escrow and close. And I'm going to show you what we do. And so here we go. The first thing we do, it's called the certified buyer process. And this one is called the certified buyer consultation. I just made up the name. You can use the name. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. But I'm using my technology, the tools I have. And so this is something I send pre-consultation, or the LOs will send pre-consultation. They'll take this URL up here and they'll text it to you and say, hey, Robin, see you at 4:30 today. Everything you're going to need is inside this link. Has the buyer agent who originally referred, has the production partner on the team. It has the Zoom link. So when you click on the Zoom link, that's them. Obviously, I put it under registration, so it wouldn't open my Zoom on you guys, but it's the Zoom link. They would just click it, and Robin and chat are going to join me at 4:30. When we're live, we're going to have that consultation, and we're going to sit down and kind of figure out what's going on. First-time home buyer. Okay, where do we do? What area? What's our goal? You do your consultation, and then the next thing I'm going to open up, I use Mortgage Coach. You can put your MBS Highway in here. You can put your fee sheets in here that you've worked out, or whatever, screen share on your whatever you're going to do. We'll fill out, this is just Mortgage Coach. We're going to fill out the Mortgage Coach right in front of them. Okay, let's see what that $775 with different down payments, with different buy downs, and how that's going to impact us, and does it meet our plans right now? So we're going to get into, so think of what we've done. I've created this template inside of my Housing Link account based on what I do as an originator, not what Scott and Housing Link has created for me. You can use our templates, but you can start to marry in your technology. Scott, I don't use Mortgage Coach. Can we use other stuff? Absolutely. Put your Excel file right there if you wanted to, and fill that out if you want. Put your MBS Highway in there and fill that out right in front of them. Open another browser and fill in from it. I like Mortgage Coach. I've used it pretty much my whole career. It's super easy. It's web-based. I'm clicking onto it and I'm filling out right in front of them. The next thing we're going to go after or show them is, now that I figured out what Chad and Robin want, we've laid out the numbers and how those are going to fit together. So we're creating a plan. And then last thing, I'm going to show them, not lastly, the third step, I'm going to show them big picture. I'm showing the presentation we're in right now. So Chad, And Robin, we're in step one. We're doing the consultation live right now. When we're done, we're going to get you apt, approved, and we're going to issue your approval, which I'll get into in just a second. And then once we get you approved, we're going to enable you to shop at any open house. So if anyone's going to be asking you for information, this certified buyer pass is going to help you there to show what we've done with you. And then lastly, once we've identified the house, this is what we call a certified buyer offer, or call our digital offer. And so I show them that, and I'm going to break these down for you. And then before I move into step 2 and 3 and 4, let me wrap up the consultation. Make it super easy for you guys. I'm bringing my Zoom in. They can join me. This is their personal housing link account, this URL. It's private. It's theirs. I have the agent, I have my production partner, I have my Zoom, I have my mortgage coach. There's the 4 steps. We just kind of just go high level quickly on top of it so they understand the process. Lastly, when it's done, I'm sharing the recording of our meeting. And here it is. So I have everything in my ecosystem. I control it. I'm utilizing the tech I use. I'm now that hybrid loan officer. I'm walking my clients down a certain process in my funnel that I can convert. So I want you to think about the question I asked you. If you and I are going after the same client, what does your process look like compared to what I'm doing with the same client? And who's going to win that lead? Not only who's going to win the lead, who's the agent going to refer to moving forward? Oh, go over here and they're going to, do this and do this and do that. Or they can go over here and they can walk them down this entire process. But don't answer that question yet, because I still got 3 more elements to show you what I do with that specific client. And the next one, step 2, is when we as LOs and our company approves our client, what are you putting out? So I put the final numbers out. So here are the final numbers, what they were approved at, what their max approval is, what a buy down rate looks like, right? How an appraisal gap would work. So they have that. I can easily, because it's web-based, update it on my own in that third-party software. I'll issue the approval letter, which is pretty easy, just a PDF. And then I'm going to issue what's called a certified buyer pass. And this is going to set up the third element, how I'm going to enable them to shop in all of the open houses or wherever they go. And if a buyer agent or listing agent goes, oh, wait a minute, guys, do you have an agent? Do you have a lender? Have you been approved? Right? So that's pretty simple. There, all it is right there. There's the link they're going to be clicking on to get their pass. And it's going to lead me to the third step. Now, the third step, this is in beta. This is something that I've launched this month. I've been testing it on 3 particular clients. I'm trying to get out of the industry. So, and we're going to launch it in May. So all of you Housing Link LOs have the ability to create this at a click of a button, and it's going to generate an Apple Wallet pass that you're going to issue to your clients. So I want you to open your phones. And when we get there, this is how I frame it. I want you, when this is you and you're being stopped at the open house saying, whoa, wait a second, guys, with NAR and this and that, and making sure you're approved and you have a buyer agent, this clears the air really quickly. And watch what I'm going to present my client, who the buyer agent maybe has the kids' soccer games, maybe I'm not available, or the buyer agent's not available. I want you to open your phones and I want you to scan this QR code. I'm going to wait probably 10 seconds. Remember, you've downloaded this already to your phone. You have this, you can get it later. But what that is when you scan that, that's going to open up another presentation from me, and it goes as such. Hey, y'all, it's Scott Nicholson here. Hey, our client's been fully underwritten, fully approved, all conditions back, we're ready to go. The buyer agent working with Brad Kerr, his contact information is in here. Down below, I have the pre-approval letter uploaded. Also, I have the buyer broker agreement fully executed and signed down there. Any questions, you can reach out to me. So imagine every single client that we're walking down our process in the middle of the funnel. I did the consultation online. I worked all the plan and the numbers in front of them. I gave them a homework assignment. We put them to application. We built it. We funded it, or not funded it. We approved it. We now enable them to shop. I now live and breathe in their Apple wallet. Do you think they're not going to share this? Hey, look what Scott, our lender, just did. Boom. How do you think the buyer agent feels when he or she's now attached to this buyer? There's a signed buyer broker agreement included in there. How do you think the listing agent is? We pop in their open house on Saturday. We love the house and we're going to go to step 4. We want to write an offer. And the experience I just gave them, right, as a lender, my client, right, now I'm going to start to the final phase here, and just in this little snippet window from lead to offer, we're going to do the 4th one. And before I show you this, the last piece of this puzzle, I want you to think real quick. You pulled your client in, met with them, figured out the plan, got them approved, gave them your little PDF pre-approval. They're out shopping. They find the house. My question to you, what do you do as a loan officer to support that? The buyer agent, your client, and that, what are you doing to support? All the LOs I ask on our platform prior to them joining, right, was, well, I do the pre-approval. I make sure that, the numbers are working right. Well, the fluctuation in rates, can we still afford it? Hey, now with buyer broker agreements, are they paying, not paying, right? So I bless it. Okay, cool. Then what else do you do? So that's everyone does that. So that's nothing different. What else do you do? Oh, I call the listing agent. Well, how many times do they pick up? Well, I leave a voicemail. Hey, we need 10,000 for the buy down. We need 3,000 for closing costs. Hey, we're going to finance the extra 1% of the buyer broker agreement. Just call me if you need me. What the hell was that, right? So here's the 4th element. This is called what we call a digital offer, and we worked it into the 4th part. I want you to get your phones out. I'm going to show you specifically what this is. What we do as in Housing Link LO, we huddle, we figure out the game plan, we build a private presentation. It's called the digital offer. We work in conjunction with the buyer agent. The buyer agent does nothing different. Just fill out the contract, submit it, do what you do. As an LO, I'm going to create a digital offer, which is this right here. I'm going to make the phone call to the LO. It'll probably go to voicemail. I'm going to drop this private link on there. And this is more of a marketing piece. So this is going to be a custom video. I like to use Loom. A lot of people use BombBomb or Loom or Zoom clips. They're recording a short little 1 minute, 30-second video to the listing agent. It goes just like this. Hey, Nancy, it's Scott from Bank 123. Just want to let you, I left you the voicemail. Here's the information. We're working with our consumer, John and Mary Smith. I'm working with buyer agent Betty. She's already submitted the fully executed purchase contract. I would be the lender if the opportunity to work together. So in the link, I'm going to text you on your phone, has all the details. Number 1, short video from me, what we've done as far as underwriting conditions. 2, the pre-approval letter, which you can download, you and your seller, for your record. 3, client gives authority to share how and why we're structuring the file. Structuring the file. There it is. I text it right to their phone and off we go. In my 3.5 years when I was producing more, I convert at a 79% clip. Think about that. Every 8 of 10 offers were accepted. There's LOs on our platform. They're still producing at 100% clip. And 50% of the listing agents engage with them going, whoa, never seen this before. I love this. It's on my phone. It's a private presentation. I'm seeing you, Scott. Thanks for the details, all the information. And then off we can get engaged and off we go. All I'm trying to do here is to have a better communication tool for me as the LO, and my single job right here is to help convert the offer. And so with that said, this is exactly what it looks like when it shows on an agent's phone. I leave the voicemail. I drop a simple text. I drop the full housing link in there, which has their listing photo in there, and there's the offer. When they click into it, this is where I bring them to. So I want you to think about the 4 steps we just walked through. What are you guys, and answer this question at the end. The 4 steps is the consultation, the approval, the pass to enable them to shop confidently and create stickiness and loyalty, not only with me, the LO, but the buyer agent. And then lastly, what are you doing to win the offer? So we're packaging this so we can compete in the middle of the funnel against these large tech companies, because they can never compete against our education, our wisdom, how we guide our clients, and how we win. So my goal is to give you technology to help you do that. And then lastly, I'm going to show you what inside looks like just for a minute as we wrap up. I have a minute. When you log into your account, this is your dashboard. You can get into the community, which is Circle. We coded Circle into our platform, so you can easily come into and get training, engage, do all your different stuff right in here, all your different courses, all your onboarding. So those who just signed up last hour, I'll be seeing you in the events, which is onboarding this coming Friday. I do about 7 to 8 trainings and education per week. Once you get in there, so you go, Scott, I just don't have the technical background to do all that. You go right into the section called templates, and you can literally download the templates, all of these templates. I'm going to zoom out. These I specifically loaded from my personal account in there for you guys to use. So that process, there it is. I want that, Scott. All 4 steps. Great. Hit duplicate. And when you hit duplicate, you've just downloaded it inside of your account. So now you can take it, add your Canva thumbnail that you design. You can add your tools and resources. I want to add different things in there, Scott. I want to add some different video resources or content. You can add all of that in there and make it yours, and then you can go to market. So with that said, I'm going to end it here. I'm on time, Mitch. And so I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm going to stop sharing. And and again, actually, I'll leave you with this. The last thing I'll give you is make it super easy. You can go right to Housing Link. You can get it for $1. It's $99 after. All you have to remember, producer 301. It's 30 days for the $1. That's how easy it is to go to get involved. All right. Thanks all.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Scott. I appreciate you joining us today. And if anybody needs to reach out to Scott, got more questions, you can find him on social, Facebook, LinkedIn, and go check him out. Housing Link, like Ken said, it's a game changer. If you dive into it and put some effort into it, you're going to be able to do a lot of cool things with it. So once again, Scott, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mitchell. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Let me bring on our next sponsor. Give me 1 second here to bring on Sarah Perkins with Blue Water Credit Repair. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, doing well. Thank you for joining us, and thank you guys for sponsoring the event. First-time sponsor, so I'm excited to have you on board, and hopefully be able to collaborate with you guys a lot in the future. So looks like you're ahead of the game. You got your slides already here, so I'm going to bring them up, and then I'm going to give you the stage.
Awesome. Thank you. So yes, my name is Sarah Perkins. I'm with Blue Water Credit, and I'm just going to take the next couple minutes to just kind of share a little bit about us, what our services are, our competitive advantage over others, and then hopefully give you guys another tool in your belt with your clients. So a little bit about Blue Water Credit. We are established back in 2008. We're located in Roseville, California. We are set up by Jeff and Natalie Sipes. They both just kind of shared a vision of offering hope and guidance to people that struggled with bad credit. We are the only accredited credit repair company with the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating in Northern California. We have hundreds of 5-star reviews all across Google, Yelp, and Facebook. So I encourage you guys, when you have a chance, to check us out. And it's just a little snapshot of our team right here of credit advisors, case managers, and besides credit education, I also do the debt negotiations for Blue Water Credit. So a little bit about our services. Too bad it looks like it got a little bit skewed on the slides here, but first and foremost, we offer credit repair and coaching. So this is our main business that we do in-house. This is for clients that are struggling with bad credit due to derogatory items on their credit report. So we have dedicated case managers that use innovative and aggressive tactics to open disputes with the credit bureaus in attempts to ensure fair and accurate credit reporting, get those negative items removed permanently. And while you're in the program, not only are we just disputing these accounts, we're also coaching you on other ways that the client can get their credit score up, because we know credit score is comprised of lots of different factors. Next, we offer debt negotiation. So like I mentioned before, I'm the in-house debt negotiator. I've been in the credit and debt industry for, almost 25 years now. So I work with your clients' creditors, collection agencies, debt buyers, whatever it may be, as far as debts that need to be settled. This sometimes can happen in conjunction with the credit repair program, because we know that removing or settling certain debts will get a credit score up. But we also do have clients that just sign up just to do strictly debt negotiations. I've been lucky enough, since I've been in this industry a long time, built a huge Rolodex of contacts with, all the various creditors out there. I pretty much know who will settle for what. I can do judgments, lien accounts, legal accounts, and I always try to secure a deletion as well. So if you can use a deletion letter to do a rapid rescore, I know that can be huge. In the last couple of years, we actually added on an attorney-backed consumer advocacy program. And essentially what this is we're paired up with credit attorneys who have been able to secure our clients over $300,000 in compensation over the last, two and a half years. And this has been in the form of actual cash in their pocket, credits being completely waived or reduced, and then removed from their credit report. And this has been due to credit reporting violations that have not been addressed, harassing phone calls, and identity theft. And the amazing thing about them is they charge all their fees to the creditors, so it costs our clients nothing out of pocket. And then lastly is debt management. So we do know some of the clients that come to us don't necessarily have credit issues. It's more debt issues, where we don't necessarily deal with people that are just struggling to just keep up with their minimum payments. We have vetted people in credit counseling and debt management programs. So if we do identify that that's a better fit on our risk-free consultation, we can refer them to someone that's trusted in our industry. So a little bit about our advantage in working with Blue Water Credit, because I know that there are thousands and thousands of credit repair companies out there. I just kind of wanted to go over some of the important things that make us stand out. First and foremost, we save time. We work all 3 credit bureaus and all negative accounts every single month. We don't pick and choose like some programs where we just focus on one account or one bureau. And that's why our programs typically average 4 to 6 months, where the industry standard's more like 13 to 16 months. We help save your clients money. They get a personalized and comprehensive credit program that's established to what their needs are and what you tell us they need their score to be. So it's just not a templated system. And a shorter program obviously means less in fees. And plus, for negotiations, I charge just a flat rate per account, where most debt settlement companies, you're having to pay a percentage of the debt, which can get overwhelming as far as fees there. We make it easy. Every client has a dedicated case manager. We're not a call center environment. Everybody, including yourself as a loan officer, has portal access to track the program, as well as you're going to receive regular updates from their personal case manager, letting you know when it's time to run a new credit report. And lastly, we are compliant. There are over 42,000 credit repair companies out there, and about 99% of them are operating illegally. And that's usually because they're not licensed or bonded. We are both. We're licensed with the DOJ and bonded. We're very strict on how we charge fees. We cannot collect any money for any services not performed. So we make sure that we always stay on the up and up. So you know that when you refer a client over to us, that they are in good hands, and we're doing everything legally instead of under the table there. So that's my little spiel here. Here is some of our contact information, our toll-free number. That direct number goes directly to me. You can text or call me at that number. Our website has tons of great resources, as well as where you can refer clients. or you can always email me at my personal email, which is sarah@bluewatercredit.com.
Awesome, Sarah. I love it. And, you know, as a loan officer, it's critical to have, you know, real estate partners and, you know, all that, but it's also important to have a good credit repair partner.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
you never have to tell a client no. You just
Yes.
tell them not now. You know,
Exactly.
it's easier to tell a client not now than no, sorry, you know, because they're not going to come back to you if you tell them no. You know, they're going to go try to find someone else. So
Exactly. We just want to keep, you know, the funnel of clients coming back to you. So you work on the ones that are ready right now. We work on the ones that are not ready quite yet. And then we will be sending them back to you as they are graduate from our program.
yep, and it's awesome, and I've seen it happen with a lot of loan officers. You build quite the pipeline when you don't refuse people, and you just turn them over to someone who's trusted, licensed, bonded, someone that's going to get the job done that you can trust, and then they come back to you when they're ready 6 months down the road or 4 months down the road, and suddenly your pipeline's filling up with, you know, potential clients. And if their credit gets fixed, you know, thanks to Blue Water, they're going to like you even more, and they're going to refer you to more people.
Yes, absolutely. And if anybody is interested, just email me after this and I can add you into our database. We send out weekly emails. We do Zoom trainings to help, you know, equip you guys with better credit knowledge so you can pass it along to your clients as well too.
Awesome. Well, once again, I appreciate you guys joining us and sponsoring the event. Tell Jeff I said hello. And like I said, hopefully we'll be able to continue working with you guys in the future.